How do us realtors get compensated? There's been a lot of fuss lately in the news about a lawsuit going on, so I wanted to refresh everyone's memory on how we get compensated now and how that might evolve in the future. And if you've ever bought a property before, you know you've never actually directly paid your realtor. Now, they do get compensated when you officially buy a house. They'll finally get compensated at the end from the closing table, but they don't directly get a paycheck from you. They get it from the proceeds of the house, from all the money, from all the mortgage that you give the seller to buy the property. A portion of that goes to your buyer's agent. And whenever you're selling a property, you want a realtor on your side to negotiate for you and market for you to get you the best offer that you can possibly get. So typically you're going to pay that realtor a fee. Now, when you compensate that realtor's job is to bring in as many people as possible to see your house. And they want a bidding war, they want to get as many offers as they can on your house. And part of that is making sure they compensate the buyer's agent. So they want to make sure they're getting as many eyeballs on your house as possible. So from the fee that they're charging the seller, they're going to give a portion of that to the buyer's agent because they want to compensate a buyer's agent because they want buyers in to look at the property. So how might this evolve in the future? A lot of these clickbait articles are saying sellers are not willing to compensate the buyer's realtor at all. Now, why is this a problem? They're only going to compensate their realtor. They're not going to help compensate the buyer realtor. Now, this is going to cause many issues. Let's talk about one. The buyers are not going to be able to compete or able to see the house because they don't have the funds to directly compensate their realtor. They're expecting the funds from the sale to go towards the realtor to compensate them for their services. And if sellers aren't willing to compensate them, they're going to shrink the amount of people looking at their house. Now, while it might seem like a good idea at the start, you're saving money at the front end to lose money at the back end, and you're really cutting yourself short. And honestly, it's a little bit greedy if you're asking me, for sellers who, when they bought that house, they didn't have to pay their realtor directly. It went through the proceeds, and now when it's their turn to sell, they're not going to do the same for the next buyer. It's kind of gypping the buyers in this season, in the next season coming, which hopefully we don't see that happen.